Okay, there's somebody that rules, you might say, that needs to be talked about, or maybe no longer rules and is probably no longer a Paul Heyman guy after Paul Heyman pretty much put the nail in the coffin of the career that is Ryback.
Did he ever rule? Is that a question or is that a statement?
It
Kind of
was
for a bit.
yes,
when
he
was the
had
top
he had
face.
sparks of potential. But either way, let's sort of give our thoughts on Ryback. And so now it's very clear, after losing to R-Truth and Paul Heyman verbally burying him as no longer being a Paul
Not only
Heyman
Paul
guy.
Heyman, but JBL also buried him miserably on commentary when they were talking about Ryback's birthday tweet there, where he said like he came out of the womb talking full sentences and curling his umbilical cord. JBL just said, well, I guess he regressed then because he doesn't speak in full
Yes.
sentences anymore.
That was actually awesome. How do you guys feel about Ryback's burial? Is it justified? Do you think he's done? Do you think it was unfair? Give your thoughts.
I think it's fully justified. WWE tried way too hard on Ryback. You know, everything from the marching down to the feed me more to Ryback rules. It was always a catchphrase. It was always something. It's like, just let the guy be the guy. And I think by the time he was going to start being just himself, they put him in as a Paul Heyman guy immediately when he was already irrelevant. So it's the feud had no juice to really flow with. So I think I'm actually happy that this face of Ryback is done. The only way that I see Ryback being somebody or anybody is in two ways. Either one, have him go full on Goldberg. I've read that they're doing this at house shows, so he's doing like the jackhammers, the poses, the tweets. He's doing all of that. Do that because at least that'll somehow keep you relevant.
Is Ryback really doing the jackhammer?
Yeah, he's been doing the jackhammer, the spear, the poses. Yeah, he's been doing all of that in house shows. He actually did the jackhammer. In which show was it? He did that on a televised show. I think it was like a main event or something. Yeah, he's been doing all of that, like the entire Goldberg shindig. So maybe it's that, and that leads to a WrestleMania match with Goldberg. Do I care about a WrestleMania match with Goldberg? Hell no, it's Ryback. Let's be honest about that.
You wouldn't care a little bit?
No, man, it's like...
Really?
For me to care about Goldberg taking on somebody, the somebody should be a somebody, not an anybody.
I'll put it this way.
I would prefer to see Goldberg versus Big E Langston.
I will put it this way. If they tease this Goldberg thing with Ryback for a few months and he's doing the jackhammer and all this crap and just like spewing about Goldberg or whatever, because I know he'll say, oh, he's going to go, into the bathroom and take a big Goldberg or something, like he's been saying stuff like that. And then all of a sudden Goldberg's music hits and he rushes out and spears Ryback. Like, I'm going to mark out for that. Are you kidding me? That's awesome.
I'm just playing this moment in my head like the doom, 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 doom plays and then Goldberg comes back and then that could be a cool moment.
Even if Ryback loses that match at Mania, that's still going to put him over. Like, I don't care. Like, people are going to care about that match. Especially if he's taunting him the whole time and then Goldberg just finally, his music hits and he comes out. Like, that's going to be a big deal.
One thing that could work is in WCW, I don't know if you guys ever saw this feud, when Jericho wanted to furiously wrestle against Goldberg, but Goldberg never referenced him.
The greatest
Jericho
feud.
started to get the bodyguard. Exactly. He got the bodyguards. He got the entrance rip-off.
Rufus.
Exactly. May he rest in peace. If he got, like, the entrance, if he actually started to do the full-on Goldberg entrance, if he got a cheap Goldberg theme that was like, feed me more, or something like that.
You even bring back Gilbert for it.
Yeah.
Exactly. If it was stuff like that, then I'd be like, you know what? It's a temporary thing because the payoff would be a match at WrestleMania where he better lose, But hey, if you guys started doing that now, you still have all the way to WrestleMania, and it's entertaining. And that can maybe be we usually have that special feature match, so that could be it. If they go all out and not just have Ryback do the jackhammer, then and only then will I think it'll be interesting enough. But he has to go all out. He has to just completely rip him off to the point where it's a parody character.
And it's a good thing because he has actual crowd reactions to feed off of with this feud. He can actually, use his part of his real self, his real frustration with the crowd continuously chanting Goldberg for over a year now. So he has that sort of part of himself where he already feels a certain way about this. So this might actually, if they do this could be easily Ryback's best work because he has real frustrations to work off of.
Can I state my second idea for Ryback? I want to see if you guys love it or just completely hate it.
Go for it.
Oh, God.
He goes into a completely depressed state of mind because people keep, comparing him to Goldberg. So he becomes a Mankind character where he just starts freaking out. He's like, I'm not Goldberg, man. He starts, growing hair. He goes under this whole, transformation. He's got this identity crisis that he's trying to find himself. So he tries different things. Maybe, perhaps. Semi-international.
So you can follow us on Twitter at ByteThatCast. If you have any questions, you can send them over to bytethatcast@gmail.com.